In this film, Mimar Sinan is at your age. Do you want to be friend with him? Friends, this is Sinan, the architect. They also call me Big Sinan. I'm known as one of the world's greatest architects. I worked as a chief architect in the Ottoman Empire for 49 years. Would you like to know me better? I was born in 1489 in the village of Arnas in Kayseri. My father was a woodworker engaged in woodworking. I would go with him to his workshop and helped him with a smaller hammer. I used to love to peel off small logs with my father. I almost never wanted to go home, as I love the smell of wood in the workshop. There were underground tunnels on the ground floor of our house. Another thing I loved was to take a torch in my hand and walk through these dark tunnels and examine their architecture. There I would touch the stones and think about how they were built. I wanted to be an architect and build large buildings. I loved to read, to examine every object I found, to make something for them, and to expand my imagination in this way. One of my biggest dreams was to be a soldier. This is to enter the guild of Janissary. One day, we heard that Sultan was looking for new talents to work under his patronage. I left my house with the approval of my family. In order to join the Janissary that I dreamed of, I needed a good military education. I came to Istanbul in 1512 when I was 23 years old. I received military training in the conscript Boys' Corps. Meanwhile, my intelligence and hard work were noticed, and I enrolled in endurance school in Topkapı Palace. Because I was admired and loved for my personality, they gave me the right to choose my own profession. So I chose carpentry, which is my father's profession, wood craftsmanship. Thanks to the master I worked with, I had a lot of knowledge about this profession. I also served in the army during Yavuz Sultan Selim's conquest of Eastern Anatolia, Arabia, Persia and Egypt. The knowledge I gained in these wars and the structures I observed expanded my horizons. I graduated from endurance school. I continued my education with the support of Pargalı Ibrahim Pasha. I received all training on carpentry, mathematics and architecture here. I joined the Belgrade expedition as a janissary. After the conquest of the city, I personally invited to the tent of Süleyman the Magnificent and met our Sultan. Süleyman the Magnificent appreciated me for my engineering contributions in the wars and appointed me as the company commander of the conscript boys. In 1533, I joined the Persian campaign with Süleyman the Magnificent. During the war, a ship was needed to go from Lake Van to the opposite shore. I built 3 ships in a short span of time, in 2 weeks. I have earned a great reputation for this achievement. I was given the rank of Haseki. With this rank, I participated in Moldova expeditions. This time, a bridge was needed for the army to cross the Prut River. Despite working for days, in a swampy area, the bridge could not be built. Immediately, I started to build a bridge over the river. At the end of 10 days, I completed the construction of the bridge. The Islamic army and all living creatures crossed this bridge with joy. After this success, I was appointed to the position of chief architect, the highest rank in my field. I didn't want to leave the janissary, but by doing architecture, I could also build structures that would be useful to people. Thinking about this, I left my duty as a haseki and continued architecture. The most serious work I put out was the Haseki Külliyesi, which Hürrem Sultan requested from me. I carefully built the domes of the complex with my own hands. In this way, my reputation among the workers has also increased. Suleiman the Magnificent asked me to build a mosque and a complex. He had brought marbles from Arabia, iron from Bulgaria, and diamond in the mortar of Iran. Thousands of workers worked in the construction of the mosque. When the Suleymaniye Mosque and its complex were completed, it was so admired that entertainment and performances were held in the city. Despite all this, I wanted to build a mosque with a larger dome than Hagia Sophia. Selimiye Mosque, which I completed in 1571 as a result of my long studies, was a monument indeed, with a dome larger than Hagia Sophia. At that time, our population increased in Istanbul, and a major water problem arose. Our Sultan, Suleiman the Magnificent, asked me to deal with this problem and find a solution. The water collected in the Basilica Citron from the Byzantine period came to my mind. I built 40 fountains in the cistern and distributed the water from these fountains to the public. At the same time, the Istanbul Water Administration, today's İSKİ, was established and began to meet the water need of Istanbul. Thus, our city got water. I have built more than 400 works, not only with the works I have made, but also with the projects I have drawn and the architectural solutions I have produced. Guys, in my time, there were no technological opportunities like you live in. Transportation was difficult. Despite all these negativities, it was seen as an extraordinary success that I produced a large number of works. I brought new inventions and new dimensions to architecture. I have produced solutions to the problems of my possession, and these innovations have crossed our borders and reached the world. An era called the Age of Sinan had emerged in Ottoman and world architecture. At the same time, the Sinan School was opened. Thus, with my students and works, I both continued my influence on Ottoman architecture and guided the next generations. I contributed greatly to the image of the city by making unprecedented works for Istanbul. The works I have left behind still greatly influence people from all over the world, even today. Dear children, I owe my achievements to my harmonious character, my imagination, and the fact that I have set a goal for myself since I was little and worked hard to reach that goal. I hope my life story will be an example for you. If you wonder and visit my works, you will make me very happy.